given the notes, right? Method names. Get string cell value, get numeric cell value, get boolean cell value are the methods where all these methods are available. Which class contain these methods? Access of cell class.
Excel sheet.
Access of cell class provided the method get string cell value, get numeric cell value, get boolean cell value to read the data from Excel sheet cells. Okay. Now, we are fetching only the data present in the first row. I want to read the data available in all of the rows. I want to read all rows of data present in Excel sheet. The complete data present in the Excel sheet I want to fetch and print. This complete data I want to read and print. Tell me what we have to change in the same code. We have created a workbook object. We are accessing the EMP data sheet. Here we are accessing only the first row. Get row of 1. Only this row we are accessing. I want to access all of the rows. First we need to count number of rows available in the EMP data sheet. You know, worksheet object, sheet class provide a method. What is the method? To count the number of rows. To count the number of rows in a sheet, there is a method. What is the method name?
Get last row number.
Get last row number.
Get last row number. Returns an integer. This I am keeping in some variable. Say row count. Let's say there are about 10 rows or 4 rows or whatever it may be. I am creating a loop here. I value start from
1.
0 meaning labels.
1.
We have to start from 1 till the row count. Inside the loop, first we are accessing the ith row. Initially I value 1. We are accessing the 4 cells. We are accessing the data from the cells. I am printing each row data here. Lastly, once my work done, close the workbook object, close the input stream object. Just we counted the number of rows in the sheet. We created a loop. Reading data from a row we put inside the loop and printed it. Let us run this code. Your code is fetching the complete data available in the Excel sheet. There are 4 rows available in the sheet, E0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The complete data we are fetching from the Excel sheet. See, I'm adding one more row here. I added one more record here. I'm running this code. How many records it will fetch now? I added one more record into the sheet. The same code I am running one more time. How many records it will return?
5, sir. Only 4, sir.
4.
Why?
Because of the in code level, we didn't add the cell in the for loop.
Why cell required? Rows are required. I added only row, not the cell.
Sorry, sir. Row.
Excel sheet you have not saved.
It is dynamically counting the number of rows. Still, after appending a record, the file not saved. It considered only the old copy before the saving. After saving the Excel file, let me run the code one more time. Now it will fetch all the records. Any data are updated, Excel file is updated. Without saving the Excel file, when you run the code, it will consider the old copy. You have to save the Excel workbook, then only the new version, new copy will be considered. Finally, this code explaining you reading the complete data available in the Excel sheet. In the yesterday last program, we are reading only the data present in a particular row. Here, we are reading the entire data available in the Excel sheet. Now, okay, listen. I want to read the data available in a particular cell, this cell. Some cell, whatever it may be, or this cell, whatever it may be. Row equal to, 1 second. Row equal to some name, ws dot get row the row number 1. Here I am accessing this row. 0, cell number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am creating one cell object. Row dot get cell. What is the cell number? 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any data available here? No data available. I'm using a method to fetch the data present in the cell where there is no data. When your code trying to fetch the data from an empty cell where there is a null, your code will throw null point exception. Let me run this code. Your code throws null point exception. When you get null point exception, your code trying to fetch the data from an empty cell where there is no data, it throws an exception called null point exception. How to handle this exception? I want to drive in this way. If any data available, retrieve the data. If data not available, don't throw an exception, print empty or print no data found, something like this. Let's see how to handle this exception, because your code trying to fetch some data here. There are about 5 records. While executing the code for the second row, where there is no data, we are getting a null point exception. You know, whenever an exception occurs, rest of the code will not run. If any data available, fetch the data. No data available, do not throw the exception. I want to control in this way. Script to handle null pointer exception that occurs when no data present in Excel sheet cell. If really data available, your code will fetch that data. When no data available, we observe our code throwing a null pointer exception. How to handle this null pointer exception? First of all, why it is throwing a null pointer exception? Tell me. Get string cell value. What is the return type? String. But what is the data type here? Null. Hence it is throwing null pointer exception. How to handle this kind of exception? I'm declaring a variable of data type string. My variable name is data here. Already we know about this try catch mechanism. Try to execute the following code. Try following code. While executing this statement, if any exception occurred, when the exception will occur? You are Java trying this code, trying to execute this code. When the exception will occur? If no data is available. If no data is present, we get an exception. If any exception occurred, what is this value? It's not null. Null meaning nothing. Nothing was entered. That is called null. Empty is different, null is different. Empty is a value. Empty is a value, no character. Null is no, nothing. No data type, nothing. Nothing is entered is called null. 0 is a value. Null is not a value. Null is not a value. 0 is a value. Empty character is a value. Null is not a value. So what I'm trying to do, try to fetch the data from a cell. If any data available, this statement will retrieve the data. If really any exception occurred, when the exception will come here, if there is a null, it will go and run the code inside the catch block. We are storing empty into the variable data. Why we are storing empty? Because the data type is a string. If it is a get numeric cell value, I store 0 into the variable. Data type is double. Also, I want to just print something like this, no data found. I want to print no data found. Once my work done, close the workbook object, close the input stream object. Let me run this code now. Is any data available now? No. Earlier, when I run the same code without implementing try-catch mechanism, we are getting an exception. Null point exception. Now see, exception will come Because of the try-catch mechanism, it will go and run the code inside the catch block. The no data found. Now, I input some data here. Whatever it may be, pass, or say some data. I enter some data here. I have to save the file, then only the entered data will be considered. Now I run this code again. Sorry. I'm not printing it anywhere, right? If any exception occurred, then only I'm printing something. No data found. Here I'm not printing the data. Let me run this now. Some data. I removed it, save it. Earlier we used to get an exception, now you don't get the exception. No data found. So like this, we need to handle the exception that occurs when no data present in the Excel sheet cell. Did you understood this one? When your code trying to fetch the data from an empty cell, we get null point exception. By implementing the try-catch mechanism like this, we need to handle that exception. Please confirm you understood this right. Now, I want to perform a write operation here. I want to write the results here, pass or fail something. How to perform a write operation in the Excel sheet? How to write the data into Excel sheet cell? We discussed how to read the data from Excel sheet cell. Now how to write the data into Excel sheet cells. How to write data into Excel sheet cells. Vision. Here I want to write some data, say for example, pass or fail, whatever. What is the row number here? 1. I'm accessing the first row here of EMP data sheet. Then, tell me, either we are reading data or writing data. Finally, this operation, read or write operation carried out on a
Cell.
particular cell. You must need a cell object. We are reading data from a cell. We are writing data into a cell. We need to have a cell object. R dot. Tell me. Why? Previous I used get cell. Now you are saying create cell. Why? Get cell. If already cells are created, available, we can get them. Get cell can able to access only existing cells. This cell is already created or not created, I do not know. Correct? Okay. I'm highlighting one more cell here. If the cell is created, if I use get cell here, it will throw an exception. Because the cell is not available, not yet created. See, get last row num considering only created row. Get last cell num considering only created cell. I do not know whether the cell is created or not created. But I know already these cells are created. Some data is available. I do not know whether this cell is available, created or not created. I do not know. Anyhow, I am going to write the data. We are not fetching the data. So you answer me. If I use create cell in this scenario, if I given the cell number where the true available, but I am using create cell, what happened? It create a new cell on the same location. It create a new cell on the same location, meaning it overwriting the existing cell. Existing data will be lost. Here, anyhow, I am overwriting the result. What are the previous results available or not available? I do not know. I'm going to update the results. Better you create it. Create sheet, get sheet. Create row, get row. Get cell, create cell. You want to create a new cell, there is a method called create cell. Where it is? Creating a cell. In which class it is? A cell belongs to a row. Row dot previously, we have used get cell, correct? Now in the same row, what is the row number? 1. In the first row, I want to create a new cell. You please observe, even create cell also, returns a cell. It creates a new cell. What is the cell number? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. After creating the cell, the created cell will be written. The created cell will be written. The cell class provided some method to read the data from a cell. What are the methods? Get string cell value, get numeric cell value, get Boolean cell value. Now what we are trying to do? We see already cell
Print
created.
cell value.
Get string cell value, get numeric cell value, get Boolean cell value, get the data. No, I am not getting the data, setting the data. The method?
Get cell style.
Get meaning getting right, reading. Set meaning writing. The method is set cell value. What type of data you want to write there? String. Say for example, pass. Set cell value is a method available in the cell class, access of cell class, which is used to perform a write operation or which is used to write the data into the specified cell. Make a note of it. Writing data into Excel sheet cells. Writing data into Excel sheet cells. Writing data into Excel sheet cells. Take the notes about this. Apache Py cell class provided. Apache Py cell class provided a method. Apache Py cell class provided a method. What is the method name? Set cell value. Set cell value. The Apache Py cell class provide a method, set cell value, to write the data into the specified cell. To write the data into specified cell. Right. Well, we are writing some data into the cell, pass. Where this data will be written? In the copy available in the C drive or the same copy available in the memory? Is my code directly updating this file?
No, sir. In the Java memory.
Already you copied this file into Java memory. The file copy present in the memory is getting updated. We discussed your code perform either read operation, write operation on the copy present in the memory, not directly into the C drive file or D drive file. Finally, the pass will be written in the file copy present in the memory. Yes, what to do? The same copy, the file copy present in the memory, I want to store in a particular location. For that, we need to create
File output string.
file output stream object. You give the location where you want to write it. Just this is the file name I have given, XLSX. Sorry. What next? There may be multiple workbooks available in the memory. Which workbook you want to write into the file need to be specified. WB. In these WB only you are performing all these operations. There may be multiple workbooks available in the memory. Which workbook you want to write into this output file need to be mentioned using workbook WB, whatever available in the memory, write into the file output string. Then close the workbook object. Close input stream object. Also close output stream object. Let me run this code now. Really, your code performing the write operation on the same file, this file must be in the closed state. Already the file is in open mode, test data. But your code is not writing here. Your code is writing in another file. The file is in the open mode. Read operations, you don't get any issue. Your code trying to perform a write operation, the file must be in the closed state, otherwise we get IO exception. But here we are writing the data in another file, not in the same file. Just now this file was created. Path written here. I deleted it. I want to write into the same file, not in the new file. The file already in the open state. Your code trying to perform a write operation on the same file, you are getting an exception. The file already in the use. I closed it. Same code I am running. The code executed successfully. Actually, just now again this file was created. Every time it is overwriting. Got it? So in this program, I demonstrated how to write the data into a file. Generally, you can write in another file also. You can give the same file path or you can give the another file.
Which way, sir, recommended?
Yes?
What is the recommended way, sir? Same file or use
New
it
file.
on
See,
new
that
file,
is
sir?
actually, if really you wanted the results in the same file, you can write in the same file. You separately you wanted a file, then only you can create a new file. That is how you want to control your test cases, that you can decide. You can write in new file also, so that the existing data will not be disturbed. Now, hope you understood this, right? Set cell value is a method used to write the data into the given Excel sheet cell. Set cell value is a method. You can write Boolean data, string data, numeric data, any type of data you can write. Method name is same, set cell value, data type is different. This program explained how to write the data into Excel sheet cells. Now, after writing the value pass, I want to show pass in green color. Let's see how to fill the Excel sheet cell colors. Generally, in testing scenario, we use only two colors, green and red. Let's see how to update these colors. After writing pass, as of now, we are just writing pass. I want to fill this in green color. Supposing my code updating the results fail, I want to fill this in red color. How to fill these colors? I want to fill this in green color. I want to fill this with red color. So this is how we have to update the colors. Okay? No, this is how we update the colors, right? So, okay, manually we update like this. How to do the same with coding? Tell me. Cell style is an interface available in Apache Poi. Cell style. What is this cell style? See, any cell you take, if we want to format the cells, if you want to format this cell, colors and all, borders, colors, whatever. In the Excel, we have an option here, format cells. This is the window we are getting, format cells. Whatever the options available here, for all options, corresponding methods are available in the cell style. Whatever the operations available here, all these operations programmatically we can achieve. For all these operations, corresponding functions are available inside a class called cell style. Fill, ground color, and fill pattern, solid pattern, or any other pattern. I want to fill ground color with green, interior color with green. You can apply the solid pattern or you can apply different patterns. Finally, whatever available here, for all these corresponding methods are available inside cell style class. Cell style, some name, equal to, for the current workbook I am creating a cell style. For the current workbook, for the entire workbook I am creating a new cell style. Create cell style. What is the return type? Cell style. So what actually it is? What we are trying to do here? wb.create cell style. For the entire workbook I am creating one configuration, style. See, supposing I have some results like this. This cell, this cell, this cell, I have to apply the same configuration, correct? Same configuration I have to apply for the entire workbook. For some cells, I want to apply the same configuration. One style I want to apply. For the current workbook, you are creating a new cell style. Here, style is an object of XSF cell style class. Cell style is an interface. HSSF cell style, old version of the Excel. XSF cell style, new version of the Excel. These are the methods belongs to you. Please observe here cell style. That is XSF cell style here. Because completely this implementation is XSF implementation. Set. I'm setting something. What you are setting? Fill foreground color first. Foreground color meaning interior color. Ground color, interior color of the cell. Set fill foreground color is a method to fill the interior color. Set, configure, fill, ground color, interior color. It is asking one input. What it is asking? It is asking one input of data type short. Every color will have a number. Every color will have some color code number. Green will have some number, red will have some number, yellow will have some number, gold color will have some number. You need to give the color code, not the color name like green. We have to supply the color code, which is a short. Number 1 to number 56. Number 1 to number 56, each number refers one color. We have to give the color code for the green. What is the color code? What is the color code for the green? No idea? Any online team member? What is the color code of the green? What is the color code for the green? Even I don't know. I know, but I'll write the code in this way. There are so many colors, we cannot remember all the color codes every time. There is a enum keyword called, what is this? Indexed colors. We'll show you all the colors in ascending alphabetical order. I wanted green. Light green I wanted, not dark green. Green meaning dark green. I selected the color name, light green. What is this? What is this method? Get the index of this color. Will return a short code. If I know the color code directly, I can substitute the color code here. As I do not know, indexed colors will show you all the colors available in the system. Choose a color name you wanted. Dot get index will return the color code, corresponding color code. Right. As of now, what I am doing, go to format cell style, set fill foreground color. Fill foreground color with light green. This is what I did in the code. Fill ground color with light green. In this Microsoft Excel, light green fill in a solid pattern style. Solid green. Full green. There are different styles here. 75% gray, horizontal stripe, vertical stripe. There are different options available. Actually, we go for solid. In the Microsoft Excel, there is a default style called, pattern style called solid. It's actually solid available by default. In the code also you have to configure that. How? Same style object, set, fill. Previously I fill color. Now I want to fill the pattern. Vertical stripe, horizontal stripe, solid. There are different patterns available. Again, I cannot remember all the pattern names. It is asking one input of type, fill pattern type. Fill pattern type. Fill pattern type. Another enum, like previously indexed colors. We'll show you all the patterns. For which pattern you want to fill, that you have to select. I want to go for solid foreground. So finally here, we created a new style object for the entire workbook. Same style you can apply for multiple cells. There are about 4 cells. I want to apply green only C1 and C4. C1 dot set cell style, C4 dot set cell style, same style. We updated the colors and we have updated the pattern for the style. We have configured this. Then it is done. Now For any cell, you can apply this style. Whatever the cell you apply this style will be filled with green in a solid pattern, solid foreground pattern. Okay. In your code, did you apply this style for any particular cell? Cell class provide another method like get string cell value, set cell value. There's one more method called set the cell style. Set cell style. Where is this method? Set the cell style for this particular cell. Which style you want to apply for the cell, you have to configure. Style. You can have multiple styles. We can have multiple styles. Which style you want to apply for this particular cell? Style I want to apply. Otherwise, I can name like this, pass style. Like I can create one more style, fail style. Only for the cells where I want to apply the fail style, I will apply fail style. C1, C2 available. C1 pass, C2 fail. C1 dot, set cell style, pass style. C2 dot, set cell style, fail style. I have to create one more cell style here, fail. I'll go like this now. Pass style. Anyhow, this is also a write operation. First we are writing pass, filling the color with green. Remove all this stuff. Save it. Let me run this code. The code executed. We are updating path and showing in green. We are getting very light green. It's fine. We have bright green also. Previous I used light green. It's okay, right? Leave it. We are updating path and showing in green color. Here I want to write fail and show in red color. Please confirm it is understood, right? Take some short notes about this. Filling Excel sheet cell colors. Filling Excel sheet cell colors. Filling Excel sheet cell colors. Excel sheet cell colors. Apache Pipe provided cell style class, cell style class, actually it is interface superclass, cell style class. This cell style class provided, take these method names. The cell style class provided set fill foreground color. This one. Set fill foreground color. Set fill foreground color. Set fill pattern methods. set fill pattern methods. Set fill pattern methods to update the Excel sheet cell. To update Excel sheet cell with the required colors and pattern. With required colors and pattern. With required colors and pattern. Okay. See now, here I want to write fail in the next row. In my code, just I'm changing the row number. Next row, row number 2. Same cell, but I want to write fail. The fail I want to show in red color. What we can do? I can create one more style object, fail style. For the fail style, I'm configuring color and pattern. Red. Okay, solid foreground. For the cell, I am applying fail style, remaining is same. So that if I created 2 styles, fail style and pass style, in the entire Excel sheet, wherever the pass is available, I want to apply this style, that I can apply, otherwise similarly fail. Let me run this code. Here we are writing fail and showing in red color. Okay, right. So we are accessing this file, not this file. In this file, I am writing data. In this cell, I am writing data. So this program explaining you how to fill the cell color with red. So these are the various Excel operations we should know, a Selenium tester must know to implement data-driven framework and hybrid framework. To implement data-driven test cases and hybrid framework, you should have the knowledge about all these Excel relevant operations. Next to me, just let me explain what we have learned in Apache Poi to perform various Excel operations. This is the first program I have created. How to use file input stream and how to use file output stream. The file input stream used to copy the file into the Java program memory. As we copy an Excel file, latest version of the Excel file, we have created a XSF workbook object. If it is the old version, you have to create object for HSSF workbook. Then we added a new sheet into the existing workbook. The workbook we are writing into this workbook where you are performing some write operation on the file in the memory. This workbook I am writing into this particular file. In the first program, just I have explained using file input stream and usage of the file output stream. How to count the number of rows present in a sheet. A workbook will have the sheet. A workbook will have the sheet. A sheet will have multiple rows. Sheet level operation is row count. Sheet class provide a method get last row num, return the last row number present in the sheet. Nothing but row count. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 1 row count, sheet 2 row count. The next program, how to count the number of columns present in a Excel sheet row, because columns are inside a row. First row may have 4 columns, next row may have 3 columns, next row may have 2 columns. Number of columns belongs to a particular row. First workbook object, access a sheet object, access a row object. Excess of row class provide a method get last cell num that return the last cell number. How to read the data present in Excel sheet cell? Data is available inside a cell. Cell is a separate object. Apache Py provided a cell class. The cell class provided some method get string cell value, get numeric cell value, get boolean cell value to read the data present in a Excel sheet cell. When your code trying to fetch the empty data, it will throw a null point exception. We have to implement try-catch mechanism to handle that exception. And we have discussed how to write the data into Excel sheet cell. We are reading data from a cell, we are writing a data into a cell. Finally, we have to create a cell object for reading or writing. Already data available, get the existing cell. You are updating a new data, I do not know whether the cell is available or not available. Better you create a cell. After creating the cell, Apache Py, cell class provide a method set cell value to write the data into Excel sheet cells. If I want to fill the cell colors with green or red, we have cell style, set fill foreground color, set fill pattern, or the methods can be used to update the cell colors. So these are the various Excel operations a Selenium tester must know. Then only you can able to develop the test cases in a real-time project scenario. Because in real-time, mostly test data, I want to test a functionality with multiple sets of inputs. Definitely data are maintained in Excel sheets. Yesterday I was not uploaded this file. I'm uploading with a name, Excel scripts. All codes belongs to Excel files are available here. Yesterday and today code together. Well, there are various operations we can perform on the Microsoft Excel sheet. So let's say we are creating a test case to check login functionality with multiple inputs available in a Excel sheet. Where is the data? In login data sheet. I'm creating one test case to check login functionality using input data present in the login data sheet. In the first program, I have to count the number of rows present in the login data sheet. My second program, I'm writing a test case to verify employee registration functionality using the data present in the second sheet, EMP data sheet. In the second program also, I have to count the number of rows present in the EMP data sheet, correct? Right? In different automation test cases, similar kind of Excel operations we have to perform. So rather than building the code every time, in every test case, to do some common Excel operation, let us build Excel utils class similar to app utils class earlier what we have created. Before creating app utils class, in every test case, we used to write the code for launching application and closing application. After building app utils with launch app and close app, thereafter, in any project, just you can call launch app and close app to invoke application and close application. The same way, let us have another common Excel utils class. So that in any test case you want to perform some Excel related operation, rather than writing the same code again and again, by calling Excel utils class functions, we can able to perform some Excel operation. Let us build Excel utils class with common functions specific to the Excel operations. Take it. Create Excel utils class. Create Excel utils class. Create Excel utils class with following methods. With following methods. Create Excel utils class with following methods. See, I want to create one method to count the number of rows present in the given Excel sheet of given Excel file. I want to name a method like getRowCount. While calling the method getRowCount, I'll supply the Excel file path. This is the Excel file, C drive or D drive, some Excel file location. You know, one Excel file will have multiple sheets. Second argument, Excel sheet name. My code should count number of rows present in the given sheet of the given Excel file and return 10 rows available, 20 rows available. So I want to create one function to count the number of rows present in any given Excel sheet of given Excel file, maybe with a name called getRowCount. I want to create one more function, say, getColumnCount, to count the number of columns in the given row of the Excel sheet. What are the input arguments? getColumnCount. Tell me what are the input arguments? First, Excel file path. In which Excel file? User will supply the Excel file location, this Excel file. You know, one file will have multiple sheets. Second argument, sheet name. One sheet will have multiple rows. Which row, columns you want to count? Row number. 3 arguments. First argument, Excel file. The second argument, Excel sheet. The last argument, row number. Your script should count. Here we have to write the code to count number of number of columns available in the given row of the given sheet of the given file. It should return these 10 rows available, 20 rows available, or 10 columns available, 20 columns available, 4 columns available. Return type should be short. I want to create one more function to read string data present in a cell, say getString cell data. So I'm using the names like this, get. You can also use read. It's your choice. Any meaningful name which is understandable to anybody. getString cell data. I want to create one more method to read the numeric data present in the Excel sheet cell. Get the numeric cell data. Get the Boolean cell data. I want to write the data into a cell. Set cell data. I want to fill the given cell color with green. Fill green color. I want to create one more method to fill the given cell color with red. Fill red color. If I create all these methods ready, thereafter in any data-driven test cases, wherever I want to perform some Excel-related operation, rather than I write the code again and again, I can, by calling these functions, I can able to perform the operations. Note on this stuff. Create Excel utils class with following methods. List out all the method names. The create Excel utils class with following methods. Take all the method names. Today I'll explain just 1 or 2 methods. Rest you have to create. Will you create them? Will you create all these methods? No? Then what you will do? If I upload, you will copy. No time? I'll guide. Then come after joining. No, I am only writing all the programs. If you are not preparing, once you get a job, what you will do? You ask your lead to write. I'll explain today only one method of this out of all these. The rest all you have to create. Actually, again, in this, you are not writing any new code. Same code, whatever we learned yesterday and today, together we are putting in a very organized manner. Same code only. Same classes, same methods. You are going to put the code in a very organized manner. We are creating some reusable component so that in any test case, if we want to do some Excel operation, rather than writing the same code again and again, we can call these functions to perform the required operations. So let me create the first method, get row count. Here, in order to write this code, you need to have the Apache POI. Already we have associated Apache POI to our Excel project. In this Excel project, I'm creating a new package, maybe the name called utils. I'm creating a class with the name Excel utils, like app utils earlier. In these Excel utils, I want to define all of these functions. Let me create the first function to count the number of rows in the given sheet of the given file with the name get row count. Static or non-static? Static? Why? These functions should be of type static or non-static.
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 All utility class functions should be of type
Static.
They are not specific to one particular Excel file. Any Excel file, any Excel sheet, I can able to use these methods. They are not specific to one object. I can use this method for any Excel sheet or any Excel file. Should be of type static. Remember, utils meaning definitely all utility class functions should be of type static. First I go with void. Based on the return type of the function, we'll change the return type. My first function name, what is that? Get row count. The objective of developing this code, this function, it should return number of rows available in the given sheet or the given file. Number of rows present in the given Excel sheet or the given Excel file. So what are the input arguments? First, the user will supply the Excel file path. Also, Excel sheet name. Because one Excel file will have multiple sheets. We'll build the code. Tell me the code. Nothing should be hard-coded in the entire utils. Particular Excel file name, particular sheet name, row numbers, column number, nothing should be hard-coded. If hard-coded, I cannot use for the other applications, other Excel files. So first we need to create file object. If I declare a variable or an object inside a method, can I use it in the other method?
No, sir.
Remember local variables and global? Now I can create here file input stream, but in the next method also I need file input stream. In every method I need file input stream. So I'm going to define at class level. Public static, because a static method can access only other static members of the class. If I am not using public, in the other packages I cannot use it. The type file input, one second. The type is file input string. Some name I am giving, say fi. This fi I can use in method 1, method 2, method n also. This fi equal to new file input stream, the file path. While calling the function get row count, the user will supply the Excel file path. Same Excel file I want to copy into the memory. I'm adding an exception, file not found exception. Have you understood what I did here? While calling the method get row count, user will supply the Excel file location. The same Excel file you are copying into the memory. I was not hard coding a particular Excel file name. If I hard coded, D drive this Excel file, I cannot use this function for the other Excel files. What next? You need to have a workbook object. All objects I declare at class level. Then only I can use in the other methods. Some name, WV. So WV equal to new access of workbook with a file input stream object as a constructor. We need to throw an exception, input output exception. Same code again I am repeating, but I am putting in the appropriate library class. What next? This code we are creating to count the number of rows in a particular sheet. Definitely you need a sheet object now. WB dot. In the workbook has multiple sheets. I want to get a particular sheet, get sheet. It's asking the sheet name. While calling the method getRowCount, the user will supply the Excel sheet name. Same Excel sheet I want to access. What is the return type of this? Sheet. ss.user model package contain a sheet object, sheet interface, WS. Get sheet will return a sheet. This I am keeping in a variable called WS. Sheet class provide a method get last row number which returns an integer. This I am keeping in a variable of data type integer. Maybe here my variable name is, say for example, row count. This value I want to return. The user call the method getRowCount. Purpose is to count the number of rows in the given sheet or the given file. My function should return the row count. Return, no system. Return, we are not printing anything. The function should return a value so that I can use it. Return row count. What is the return type? Integer. This function return type is a integer. Okay. Understood this? I want to close the workbook object. I want to close the input stream object. Why it's showing some error at line number 26? Why it is showing some error at line number 26? Code is correct. Code is correct.
After return statement,
Yes.
after return statement, we do not write.
Close the workbook, then close the input stream and output stream. First, we have to close the workbook only. Yes, any online team member, you're trying to say something?
After return statement, we do not write any statements, sir.
Return should be the last statement. Execute the task. Execute the some task item. Return the value to the user. Story done. If you put any code after the return, the code is not reachable code. See, when I move the mouse here, unreachable code. The code after the return will not run. See, function we have created, execute some task item, task done. Return the output to the user, story over. You should not put any code after the return. The code after the return is unreachable code, hence I am getting an exception here. I mean, showing error here. Otherwise, let's see. This I am moving before the return. This I am moving before the return. Done. One function created. Test your code. Test your code. The code is correctly working or not, whatever the function we have created. Let me test the code. What is the class name? Excel utils. We have created one static method, getRowCount. I want to count the number of rows present in. First, I have to supply the Excel file path. This Excel file. I want to count the number of rows present in login data sheet. Tell me how many rows are available? 3. I want to count the number of rows present in login data sheet this time. Excel file path I have given. What is the sheet name? Login data. What is the return type of this? Integer. This I am keeping in some temporary variable called X. Let me print it. It should return 3 now. If my code returning 3, expected value 3. If my code really returning 3, my code is correct. Just like this also. I want to count the number of rows present in EMP data sheet. How many are there here? 5. I'm changing the sheet name. EMP data. It should return 5. Just a moment. I'll take one more Excel file. I took one more Excel file here. RNHRM keyword something. In this Excel file, you have to build the code actually like this. It is called hybrid framework. We'll learn the hybrid framework further. Now in this Excel file, what is the Excel file name? RNHRM keywords. We have about 4 test cases here. I want to count the number of test cases in the sheet. I want to count number of test cases in the sheet. What is the file name? Simply what we can do, if there is a lengthy file name something, right click on your Excel file, properties, security, it will show the complete path. It shows the complete path of the file. You just copy it, put it here. But we have to use double backward slashes. This is the file. And I wanted to specify the name of the sheet. What is the name of the sheet here? Test cases. Test cases. Let me run this now. How many test cases are available? 4. My code should, okay. For every new file, it's taking the old one only. Only one time for every new file you have to do it. That is in the old version of the Eclipse. In the new version, it is not required actually. It's saying 4. Next time you don't get the problem. Otherwise, if you directly copy the file inside the current project folder, you are not using any special character, you don't get that CP1252 error also. But in the current version of the Eclipse, you don't have this issue. The very old version only we have this issue. Now, if I added one more test case here, Test case number 5, say for example, anything, remaining data can be anything. I'm running this code. Now I should get 5. Finally, your code able to count the number of rows in the given Excel file or given Excel sheet. Any file, any sheet, your code count the number of rows present in the given sheet of the given file, returning the number of rows available. Please confirm you understood this function, right? Only one function I have created. You need to add the other functions. What are the other functions you need to add? Here I have given. What I do, these Excel utils, this also I am putting in the Excel scripts. Last I am putting it. These Excel scripts and these Excel scripts I am uploading into that. I'll do one thing, even this also I am putting for your reference. Only one method is available. Only one function available now. What happened? 1 second. Only one function available. You need to add the remaining functions. This code I am uploading into our LMS now. You add the rest of the functions whatever I have listed. I'm expecting more from you. Yes, online team, will you create the rest of the functions? Code already we know, we have discussed. Only you are putting the code inside the function, that's it. Try. Okay? So I stop here today. Tomorrow we'll continue the data-driven testing. If you finish Excel utils class, I can continue data-driven testing. Otherwise, I need to develop the remaining functions. Okay? Hope you are able to finish the Excel utils class so that you will send an email to me. Tomorrow you can share it. Online team members, using the Excel utils class what you have created, we'll implement the data-driven testing. Yes, we continue tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, online team. We'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you.